Why is your print-on-demand shop not getting sales? I get hundreds of emails every day of people wanting me to critique their Etsy shops and tell them exactly why they're not getting sales. So today I'm going to do it in this video. I'm going to take your Etsy shops that you have submitted and I will point out exactly what needs to be fixed in order to start seeing results. And I will do this through a framework of 12 principles that will help you get more sales in your shop. Today we're focusing on print-on-demand shops, but these principles could really be applied to any category. If you're new here, my name is Dylan Jarris. I am an Etsy seller of over 7 years. I've made over $1 million in profit on the platform, but my entire background is corporate e-commerce. So I've been in e-commerce over 10 years. I worked for some big companies and I apply those corporate e-commerce principles to Etsy, and that's why we see very consistent results. And now I have a company of over 25 people, and we are teaching thousands of Etsy sellers how to scale their businesses. But today, let's fix your Etsy shops through these 12 principles. You'll notice that the first 6 principles are in this video, and then to see the last 6 principles, just click the link in the description box. We'll also put it as a comment below. And if you would like your Etsy shop to be featured next time we do this, just leave a comment with the name of your Etsy shop and we will include it next time we do this. First, we're gonna look at this shop. Now, this is the Kaminsky brand. You can see they have 22 listings, 2 sales, looks like a bit of a newer shop. But what I wanna point out today that you can learn from is that there needs to be a really strong brand alignment between your mock-ups and your designs. We have a guy on a horse with a sweatshirt with a heart on it. And then we have a guy, it's like he might be on top of some kind of a parking structure with the same heart sweatshirt. Not really sure who this person is trying to target. As you can see, it seems like they have quite a variety of customer types they're trying to showcase with these mock-ups. There's really no cohesion in this shop, and they likely will not get traction until they learn how to target profitable customer segments with a cohesive aesthetic in their listings. If this is really a design they want to sell, which I don't recommend, that might be better on like a young college girl, right? Who might go to school in Houston or something like that. Here's an example. So this, much better. So even the fit, you can see the fit of this sweatshirt is totally different as well, but it really doesn't make sense on this guy. I'm also seeing the sizing of the design is quite different depending on which mock-up it is shown on. So it looks much, much smaller here on this mock-up, and then the design looks much larger on this mock-up. So that just breaks some trust for me as the consumer because I don't really know what the size and scale of that design would be. The SEO is also completely broken. There's really no pricing strategy happening. There's no site merchandising. The listings are not optimized for mobile. They're also not optimized for Pinterest. So make sure there is strong brand alignment between your mock-ups and your designs. All right, let's hop into this other shop here. I see it is a shop that has 300 sales, 469 listings, and you can see that it has actually been open since 2018. That is a really long time to only have 300 sales. A good goal that I recommend making for your shop, when you're kind of getting started, is 100 sales a month. That's a good goal to have. A lot of the designs are like kind of maybe 85% of the way there. The banner also really needs to be elevated to reflect their best work. We want to put our best foot forward in the banner. And if the design aesthetic of the banner is not there, it's really going to make people question what is in your listings. They also really need to optimize their listings for mobile and desktop. They're not doing any site merchandising. These listings are not optimized for Pinterest. It looks like the SEO all needs to be updated. And if you look through the designs, they're really not getting in front of a trendy customer, although it seems like they are trying to kind of chase some trends. One listing I found that they had was this one, and I did some digging, and I found this mock-up here. And I want to show this because this takes a sweatshirt design like this, and when you see it like this, it positions it for a completely different customer, a much more profitable, trendy customer. The key takeaway with this shop is that we sometimes really need to pare down our designs and get rid of some of our earlier designs where maybe we were still learning and developing. As you add more designs to your shop, do not forget to take away older designs or things that are not selling. If we look to some of these later pages, we can see that a lot of the designs aren't as strong as some of the designs featured on the earlier pages. So there's a lot of, trend kind of chasing that I'm seeing happening here. So while they have like the Christian thread here, I also see like the YouTube University trend recommendation. I see the pickle trend they're trying to play in, and it's just not very cohesive with the shop. All right, now let's take a look at the shop. I mean, the banner, definitely we want to update that. It's quite pixelated from what I can see on my side. And it looks like they have 231 listings, but only 13 sales. They definitely need a logo here. Looks like a lot of what sold was Grinch and Sonic wrapping paper, which might be things that you're not allowed to sell on Etsy. St. Patrick's Day, Valentine's Day, we're seeing Chinese New Year, we're seeing Mardi Gras. My big recommendation here is that if you are a shop with under 100 sales, I recommend not chasing holidays. Getting traction with a listing is going to be so short-lived because it just dies off so quickly. The runtime on a listing would be like 6 to 8 weeks, which is nothing when you consider all of the work that you're putting in to get that traction. So you'll be constantly starting over. So do not chase holidays if you are a shop with less than 100 sales. Now let's take a look at this print-on-demand shop, which I thought was very interesting because it is showing crochet print on demand. Now there's two main issues that I want to show you here with this shop. The shop has 151 listings, 34 sales, but it's been on Etsy since 2014. So this is not good. You see the shop is showing a lot of consistency with the mock-ups, the listing photos, the colors, but we don't have enough proof of concept to know with certainty that our customer loves this tan crochet in this specific font on a white background. What if they sold better if it was blue crochet on a tan background and maybe a script font? Maybe the mock-ups would do better if it showed that texture from a different angle. With 34 sales since 2014, we really don't have enough proof of concept here to focus so much on these white t-shirts. What I would say is there's also a lot of options for having non-crochet items in this shop. If this shop would utilize our 7 types of products framework, they would scale so much faster and their revenue would climb much higher at a faster pace. And the next thing I want to point out that you can learn from the shop is to never call out that you are print on demand. This says print on demand products for crochet enthusiasts and crafters. And then it says, and high quality yarn crocheted blankets. Okay, this one is good, but the thing on the left, that's not a positive. That is like having an overlay that says, made in China as a selling feature on your listings. If something does not add to your value proposition, which is that combination of your listing photos and your price, then don't even bring that into the picture. And most people outside of the print on demand world aren't really sure what print on demand means. So it doesn't necessarily align with your customers. Not to mention, the shop definitely needs an overhaul with SEO, the listing photos, the mock-ups, the site merchandising, optimization for mobile, because most people shop on their phones now. If you want to see the last 6 Etsy shops that I'm going to fix, definitely click on the link in the comments or the description, and you can take those 6 principles and apply them to your Etsy shop. Don't forget to leave a comment below with your Etsy shop name if you would like us to feature your shop in the next video like this. All right, we'll see you guys over in part 2 for the last 6 shop critiques.
I've gone from about $1,500 to $2,000 in revenue a month to currently, before the month's finished, $4,200 in revenue. I only joined multi-6-figure Etsy Blueprint about 4 weeks ago now,